there is really no right or wrong way with art. And as athletes, we're always like such perfectionists. But with this, it's like, oh, I can't do it wrong. So I don't even have that worry. I don't know if anxiety is the right word to use, but I have those thoughts a lot. Oh God, is this gonna be, the game where I get injured or something happens? Right now, we're in the physio room, especially as we get closer to another Olympics. I can feel that coming up more. Hello. Welcome inside mi casa. We have a big game coming up in 2 days, so training will be nice and long and hard, but it'll be good. I'm excited. I remember joining the national team, and I wasn't supposed to really be there for that long. And then I kept making rosters, and I was like, what is happening? But there wasn't any pressure for me. There was just like this sense of freedom. Going from college to national team was a dream come true.
You're a starry-eyed Olympian, and you're like, what's happening? And you're playing. Walk us through the injury. Like, how did it go down?
Oh, the injury. I went up to block, and I remember coming down and just like immediately started praying.
Oh, that's bad news.
My ankle felt like it was on fire.
Jordan Thompson just went down. Oh my goodness.
This is not happening right now. Like, I was just having the best tournament of my life. I didn't realize how bad it was until I got the MRI, and our doctor was looking at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, what? And he's like, people with this kind of bruising aren't usually walking for at least a couple weeks because it's that painful, and you were trying to play. I think when we won, I was so happy and proud and honored to like even be a part of that team. On the other hand, it was sad because it's not the journey I wanted for myself. The hardest part was being overseas and feeling like, okay, I'm kind of navigating this a little bit on my own. It wasn't just like a normal injury where I knew what happened. I knew what my recovery was going to look like, and it was all going to be like mapped out for me. It was very like day by day, like, okay, this is what we think is going to work. Let's try this. Navigating that while being overseas was a lot. You already don't feel normal as a player. You feel out of sorts because you're in a country that you're not super familiar with, and I'm being told that I need to continue performing. I'm trying to do that. I know that I don't even feel like myself. I don't feel like the player that I was 2 months ago at the Olympics. I think I started to question, like, okay, am I ever going to feel normal again? What's that going to look like? Maybe this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know. And if that's the case, like, I physically will not be able to continue my career. For a long time, I connected like so deeply emotionally to my goals and use that as motivation every day when I didn't feel like doing something. But then when you have the gold medal, to have done that, and now you're like, what goals are you supposed to set now? You start to experience burnout. All of us go through that at different points in time. You don't feel that like emotional pull or emotional connection 100% of the time. So how do you continue to stay motivated and show up every day and do your job to the best of your ability? And I think a lot of it is just consistency and knowing that, like, okay, maybe you don't feel like it, but you can still get better and improve on stuff. I just think back to the amount of times that I've like borrowed other people's confidence in myself and used that to like keep me going, and especially on the hard days or when things start to get like pretty monotonous. Having all of my teammates back together in the gym, I really just appreciated them way more, but then also like off the court too. I feel like I'm someone who just has a lot of love and like appreciation, not only for my people, but just the different like little beauties in life. Sometimes crappy stuff happens and it sucks and there's no good reason for it, but at the end of the day, like, I hope that my love for my people and for this world and like the beautiful things in it, like, I don't think it can ever run out, no matter how much is thrown at me.
We're the fighters.
Now I feel really good. I feel the happiest I've ever been in my whole life.
We're the dreamers. We've made it to the other side.
It's not lost on me like how blessed I am. I feel like I'm in a really good place now, and I'm excited to see where my journey is going to take me in the future.
Hold your head up high. This is our time.
I think about what I want to do after volleyball, and what comes to mind is being the person that I needed growing up. We'll have that opportunity to do those things while we're playing in the States, and that just really excites me because that's something that I'm passionate about. There is this personal connection to it because we're signing on to do something that hasn't been done before.
Together we will rise.
I feel like I cherish it so deeply because I've had it taken from me so fast before. I'm sort of at like a mountaintop again right now. When it's good, sit in it and really appreciate it for what it is.